Once you create a style, you can apply it to any text in the file on any of the artboards. But you can also import a style that you created from another Illustrator file, and those styles can be used for different projects. Make sure that you have deselected everything on your artboard and go to the outside panels, and we're going to place in the Studio's outside text. Say okay. We already know there's going to be a font problem, but just go ahead, click that and place that in, and resize the text frame down so it fits in that first panel. We are going to click off, and we are going to actually, let's go ahead and apply body copy to that and clear the overrides. Next, we're going to deselect and we're going to bring in another paragraph style. We're going to load a paragraph style from our folder. Let me navigate to that. It is AI file styles. And that's going to load in two different files. The reason I wanted to have this deselected is because we know we're going to have a problem with the font. If you remember, everything they want us to do was in Onyx. We don't have Onyx. So I'm going to double click and open up the sponsor name, and yes, I do have bold in the font I used, which I used Bahamas, which is going to cause me an issue later. And my sponsor address, I'm also going to change that to Bahamas. Change to whatever font you used for the main body. That's going to, first of all, make life a little bit easier right now, but it's going to be a little difficult later. Now we're going to select all of the text except for that first paragraph. And you don't need to worry about having everything selected, but just slide all the way down and pick up the bulk of the text. You just have to have an insertion point in a paragraph to make it work. And we are going to click the sponsor address style. Now, every other line, which is the name, we're going to apply sponsor name to. That's going to put some spacing in. We double check and make sure that my file does have bold. No, it doesn't. It lost the bold. That was supposed to be bolded. So let me go back in, and I'm going to put the bold back on. That's better. It's very easy to make changes this way. Okay, now we are going to make a character style because we don't want to change the entire line. We are going to change the formatting of the web address. So we're going to pick up character styles. If you don't see your character styles panel, open it from Window, go to Window, type character styles, and we're going to create a new style. But first of all, I picked a font that does not have an italics. So I am going to have to change my font to something else. I should have picked Anzo because Anzo does, and I'm going to select Anzo Italics. And now I'm going to create a new style. Character styles will only be applied to the characters that you have selected. It will not apply to the entire paragraph. And I'm going to call this web address. And now that I have that formatted and set, I can now apply that to each one of the web addresses. Make sure you select all the text that you want this applied to. It will only apply it to the selected text, not to the rest of it. And actually at this point, that seems a little large to me. I can actually go into this and in my basic character formatting, I could select this to be small. The rest of it was 12. I'm going to take this down to an 11 points font just to let it fit in a little bit better. So that's going to apply that to all of my settings. And this would be a great place to stop and save.